Abraham was a man who loved God. He is a very important person in the Bible. God spoke to Abraham. He told Abraham to leave his home. God told him to go to a new land. Abraham obeyed God. He left his home. He traveled to the land God promised him. Abraham trusted God very much. He believed God would always take care of him. God made a very special promise to Abraham. This promise was unlike any other, filled with hope and divine assurance. It was a promise that would change the course of history and bring forth a legacy that would be remembered for generations. He promised to give Abraham many descendants, as numerous as the stars in the sky and the grains of sand on the seashore. This was a promise of a future filled with life and prosperity, a future that seemed impossible at the time. God said Abraham would be the father of a great nation. Abraham was very old, well past the age of having children, yet he believed in God's promise, holding on to faith, even when it seemed improbable. His wife, Sarah, was also very old. She'd long given up hope of ever having a child. But with God's promise, a new hope was kindled in her heart. They had waited many years for a child. Each passing year seemed to dim their hopes, but they continued to trust in God's word, believing that He would fulfill His promise in His own time. But God kept His promise. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, a miracle happened. The dawn of a new beginning broke through their long night of waiting. Sarah gave birth to a son. They named him Isaac. Isaac was a miracle, a testament to God's faithfulness and power. He was the embodiment of the promise that God had made to Abraham and Sarah. He was a gift from God, a precious blessing that brought joy and fulfillment to Abraham and Sarah. Isaac's birth was a reminder that with faith, patience, and trust in God's promises, even the impossible becomes possible. One day, God gave Abraham a very difficult command. He told Abraham to take his son, Isaac, to a mountain. God said to offer Isaac as a sacrifice. Abraham was heartbroken. He loved Isaac very much. How could he sacrifice his only son? This was a huge test of Abraham's faith. Section 4, a journey of obedience. Abraham didn't understand why, but he trusted God. He had always been a man of faith, believing in the promises that God had made to him. Even when those promises seemed impossible, Abraham held on to his faith. This journey was no different. It was a test of his obedience and trust in the divine plan. He loved God more than anything. Abraham obeyed God's command. His heart was heavy, but his resolve was unshaken. He knew that his love for God required him to follow through, no matter how difficult the task ahead seemed. His faith was his guiding light, leading him through the darkness of uncertainty. He took Isaac and 2 servants. Together they set out on a journey that would test the very core of Abraham's faith. The path was long and arduous, but Abraham's determination never wavered. He knew that this was a journey he had to undertake, no matter the cost. They traveled for 3 days to the mountain. Each step was a reminder of the sacrifice that lay ahead. The rugged terrain mirrored the turmoil in Abraham's heart, but he pressed on, driven by his unwavering faith and trust in God's plan. Abraham built an altar on the mountain. With each stone he placed, he reaffirmed his commitment to God. The altar was a symbol of his faith, a testament to his willingness to obey, even when it meant giving up what he held most dear. He prepared everything for the sacrifice. Every action was deliberate, every movement filled with purpose. Abraham's hands were steady, his heart resolute. He knew that this was the ultimate test of his faith. He bound Isaac and laid him on the altar. The weight of the moment was immense, but Abraham's faith did not falter. He looked at his son, knowing that this was the hardest thing he had ever had to do, yet he trusted in God's greater plan. He lifted his hand to obey God's command. In that moment, Abraham's faith shone brightest. He was ready to make the ultimate sacrifice, believing that God would provide, as he always had. This was a journey of obedience, a testament to unwavering faith and trust in the divine. Section 5, a God of provision. In the ancient times, when faith was tested in the most profound ways, there was a man named Abraham. His faith in God was unwavering, and he was often put to the test to prove his devotion. Just then, an angel called out from heaven. The voice was powerful yet gentle, echoing through the mountains and valleys. "Abraham, stop," the angel said. The command was clear and urgent, halting Abraham in his tracks. "Do not hurt the boy." The angel's words brought a wave of relief and confusion over Abraham. "Now I know you fear God. The angel continued, acknowledging Abraham's deep reverence and fear of the Almighty. "You have not withheld your son from me." Abraham looked up, his heart pounding, and saw the angel's serene face. He saw a ram caught in a thicket. The ram struggled, its horns entangled in the dense branches. He took the ram and offered it as a sacrifice instead of his son. God had provided. The smoke of the offering rose to the heavens, a symbol of Abraham's unwavering faith and God's mercy. Abraham named the place "The Lord Will Provide." It became a sacred site, a testament to God's provision and faithfulness. He learned that God would always be faithful. This lesson was etched into his heart, a reminder of the divine promise. He knew God would always provide. From that day forward, Abraham's faith was stronger than ever, knowing that in times of need, God would always be there to provide.